Welcome back, astronauts. In this video, I'm going to be talking about Starfield's launch and how big games are shifting their release dates to avoid a clash with Starfield's release date. And yes, one of these games will be releasing much earlier and you won't want to miss it. And I talk about what you can expect from Starfield's loading times, and also I've got news about how a well-known modder just announced a new Starfield mod that will make many Starfield gamers happy. And yes, this mod will be releasing within the first week of the game's launch. And of course, I'll be talking with you and going over your top comments from the previous video. So astronauts, get your spacesuits and ships ready. Let's talk all things Starfield. So we must talk about Starfield's release date, which of course is going to be September 6th. There's also going to be early access 5 days early if you pre-order the premium or collector's edition of the game. Now, with this in mind, Starfield is such a massive game that many other bigger titles that were originally releasing alongside Starfield are doing their best to avoid Starfield's launch desperately. And this includes Baldurs Gate 3, which is going to be a big game, and then also the highly anticipated Fallout 4 mod called Fallout London. So starting off with Baldurs Gate, this was posted by IGN. It says, big news for Baldurs Gate 3 fans. Developer Lorien has brought forward the PC release by a month, avoiding a potentially brutal clash with Bethesda's behemoth, Starfield. Baldurs Gate 3 was planned for launch on August 31st, a day before Starfield's effective September 1st release date. Now the PC version of Baldur's Gate 3 launches August 3rd, giving it an entire month head start on Starfield. The PlayStation 5 version, however, is delayed a week to September 6th, and the Xbox version is still without a release window, as is the Mac version. In a community update, Lorien said the new release date means the PC version of Baldur's Gate 3 will be released at a time where you'll have more time to play it. That's a thinly veiled nod to players who were perhaps concerned about the prospect of choosing between Baldur's Gate 3 and Starfield on PC when they were coming out a day after the other. So this is actually a good thing if you were looking to pick up Baldur's Gate 3 on the PC, because of course it is arriving much earlier now, and this game is going to be absolutely massive. I guess the cutscenes alone have like over 170 hours of cutscenes in it, so Baldur's Gate 3 is not going to be a small game at all. And that also includes the Fallout 4 mod called Fallout London. Now, this is from IGN concerning Fallout London. It says, in a video update, project lead Prilladog admitted the delay of Bethesda's upcoming behemoth to September 2023 caused Fallout London to move from launching around the same time to the fourth quarter of this year in 2023. So sometime from October to December. And then this is the quote from Prilladog. It says, initially, we had hoped for it to be in the third quarter, as in the one that's coming up. However, a certain space game got delayed and is now scheduled to come out around the same time we had planned. So as a result, we're making our release for Fallout London for the last quarter. This not only gives you all more time to play Starfield, but also allows us more time for playtesting and bug fixing for Fallout London, so it's a win-win situation, right? We just appreciate your patience, so expect us around then. End quote. So yeah, these two major titles, the Fallout London mod and Baldur's Gate 3, are shifting the release dates completely to avoid a clash with the behemoth, Starfield, which is definitely a smart move. So let me know, will you be playing Baldur's Gate 3 early when it releases earlier on August 3rd? And then also, are you looking forward to the Fallout 4 mod, Fallout London? Both of these I'm really excited about, and I'll definitely be playing both of them when they release. So let's talk about what you can expect for loading times in Starfield. Now, this was posted by Aphon Solich. Hopefully I said that right. They posted this on Reddit. They said, PSA, there will be lots of loading points, but few loading screens. They then go on to say, but not the way we're used to in Fallout 4 and Skyrim. Remember that it's a Bethesda game using its own engine, so the way it works is based on instances. This means there isn't a seamless world necessarily, like No Man's Sky or Star Citizen. That way, Starfield will have more depth and liveliness than those games. It's a trade-off. Remember, it's an RPG. So far, I've detected the following loading points by watching the Starfield Direct: ship landing on a planet, ship taking off from a planet, ship warp to another solar system, ship attaching to another ship, sitting in the pilot seat, standing up from the pilot seat. They then go on to say, since Starfield requires an SSD hard drive, those loading points won't be noticeable and a camera cinematic will blend into our gameplay, so we won't notice it. Again, this won't make the game bad, it's a trade-off, and I would like to make it clear so people won't get mad at game launch. So yeah, this is a very good point, and again, something that most of us won't even notice. They did mention that this is not technically a seamless world, but it will definitely feel like it because of these kind of like loading points or loading instances where you're landing on a planet or you're taking off from a planet will kind of play like a cinematic, so it will feel seamless and you won't even notice that the game is loading another section. So I love it when games do this. I know that Star Wars Jedi Survivor does this. I know that the upcoming Star Wars Outlaw game does this as well. So, I don't mind it when a game does these type of loading times. I would definitely prefer this than a strict loading screen that you're just sitting at. I hate loading screens, so I would definitely prefer something like this for sure. Also, a modder recently announced a new mod that will be arriving right at the release of Starfield that will make many Starfield fans happy, including myself. So first of all, this was posted by AMD Gaming not too long ago, and they said together AMD advances gaming with Bethesda in Starfield, optimizing gameplay for Xbox as well as PCs, powered by AMD Ryzen and AMD Radeon 7000 series. So the big problem with this is when AMD usually partners with a game, it means that NVIDIA graphics cards on the PC will not be able to fully utilize NVIDIA's own technology, such as DLSS, which improves frame rates on the PC dramatically for the 30 series and 40 series graphics cards. So this is actually a big deal for most of the NVIDIA people out there that use NVIDIA's graphics cards, and there are a lot of them. So we were all disappointed to hear that Starfield will most likely not be supporting DLSS. Now, this is what the article from PC Gamer said. It said, while we wait for official word from either AMD or Bethesda on whether Starfield is going to be open to benefiting from DLSS support, professional modder Pure Dark has seemingly announced their intention to get it into the game before it's even fully released. So this is what Pure Dark said. They said, don't you worry, you've got me. I'll manage to get at least DLSS 3 support in the early access 5 days, then slowly adding in an independent DLSS 2 implementation depending on the situation, just like what I did with Jedi Survivor. The article then goes on to say, you might remember Pure Dark from the various mods they've created for Skyrim, Elden Ring, The Last of Us, and Fallout 4, but it's arguably the Jedi Survivor DLSS mod that garnered the most attention. By jamming DLSS 3 and frame generation support where it wasn't wanted, Pure Dark was able to hugely increase performance for anyone with supporting GPUs. So first of all, a huge shout out and thanks to Pure Dark for modding this into the game, especially on launch week. That is a huge thing to do, and it's going to make a lot of NVIDIA users happy. And again, this just shows that these exclusive deals like the one between AMD and Starfield, it's not really good for anyone, in my opinion, and the same goes for any deal for that matter. So I really wish that these exclusive type deals, especially on PC, would come to an end and that these graphics card manufacturers would just learn to support each other's technologies, And now it's time for your top comment, starting off with Firebow Productions, who said, on the subject of aliens, I mean, one crashes in Fallout 4, so I would not be surprised if we come across some in Starfield. As for possibly finding any in real life in our lifetime, if it happens, that might just be the kick in the pants we need to get our crap together as a species. Totally agree. And yeah, since Bethesda has already put aliens in Fallout 4, technically I think it would be possible in Starfield. Could we see the same alien species as we saw in Fallout 4? Could that be possible? What do you think? Sound off in the comments. And Bloody Zool says, I hope that if they do have aliens in the game, they're like the ones from Mars Attacks. I love this comment because I love Mars Attacks. If you've never seen Mars Attacks, the movie, you have to watch this movie. It is freaking hilarious and one of the most funny alien comedy movies I've ever seen. In fact, just talking about it right now makes me want to see it again. It's been years since I've seen this movie, so I'm probably going to watch this one very soon again. And that's going to do it for the video. Hope you all enjoyed it. I will see you fellow astronauts in the next video. Hit that like button if you enjoyed it. Also, if you are new here, join our astronaut gang here by clicking that subscribe button, and I will see you all next time. Take it easy and see you later.